It is now 6:30 on Sunday morning, and I have had shenanigans with my neighbour this morning, or one of my neighbours. At about 5:45 this morning, I could hear someone shouting, and I just thought, oh, it's just someone coming home from a late night out or something like that, and it stopped. Then it started up again, and then it stopped, and then it started up again. So the third time, I thought I better just check this out, make sure no one's in trouble. So I went into my kitchen, opened the window, and I could hear someone clear as a bell shouting out, "Help, help me." So I called out to them and I said, "Where are you?" And they said, "In here," which didn't help my situation. So I asked for the number and they gave me the flat number that they were in. And I said, "Okay, don't worry, I'm coming." So I quickly rushed, put on some clothes, ran down the hallway and round the corner to his flat. And I was pretty sure it was an elderly gentleman from the way that he was speaking. And I didn't know what I was going to meet when I got there. Was he going to be in the bath? Was he going to be on the floor? Was he going to be dressed, undressed? I don't know. But anyway, whoever he was, he needed help. And I was Florence Nightingale coming to help him. Anyway, his door was open, luckily. So I knocked on the door and he said, "Come in." And when I came in, I could see him. He was in a wheelchair and he was spinning round and round and round in his wheelchair in the middle of his room. And I says, "Are you okay?" And he says, "Yes, I'm trying to watch the telly," which was a bit confusing for me because by the time he'd stopped the wheelchair spinning around, he was facing the telly. And I said, "You're facing the telly?" And he says, "Oh, am I?" And I said, "Yes." And then I noticed that there was a glass of whiskey sitting on the side table beside him. And I thought, And then I saw one of the big bottles of whiskey was nearly empty. So this guy is pissed as a parrot. He's drunk as a skunk, and he doesn't know what he's doing. So I said, "Okay, what do you want to do now?" Because he kept telling me he couldn't move, but he was wheeling himself around. He said, "I want to watch the telly." So I said, "All right, can I move the wheelchair for you?" And he said, "Yes, that's fine." So I went behind him and I angled the wheelchair round to watch the TV better, and I found his phone and got his remote control, and I put them all down for him, and I said, "Right, there's your phone, your remote controls, and your drinks over there if you need it. Do you want me to get you some water?" And he's like, "No, I'm good, thank you very much." And he says, "Okay, thank you." And that was it. So that was the emergency on a Sunday morning. Drunk man couldn't see his telly that was right in front of him, but anyway. So he asked me what the time was before I left, and I said it's 6:15, and he goes, "Oh, in the evening?" And I said, "No, 6:15 on Sunday morning." And he's like, "Oh, right, okay." So then I left, and as I'm walking out the door, he says, "Oh dear, I always get in trouble in the mornings." I'm just like, oh no. I've just moved into this block, so hopefully this is not going to be a regular occurrence where I'm going to be waken up by drunken elderly neighbours who've had too much sauce the night and in the morning. But anyway, fun and games.